let's talk Shopify POS for my fellow small businesses who are going to pop-ups or vendor markets. So what is a POS? Well, POS actually stands for point of sale, but according to Shopify's website, a POS or point of sale handles payments from credit and debit cards, gift cards, smartwatches, smartphones, and digital wallets. Powered by a payment processor, it gives customers the power to pay how they want for their purchases easily, securely, and usually just in a few seconds. You're probably wondering, does she still have the plastic on them? Yes, she sure does. So what are these devices that I'm holding? This is the Tap and Chip, and this is the Wisepad 3, both from Shopify. In Canada, we currently only have access to the Wisepad 3, and in the States, if I'm not mistaken, you have access to the Tap and Chip. We used to have access here in Canada to the Tap and Chip, but they discontinued it for us and switched it to the Wisepad 3. So now that we got that out of the way, let's answer some questions. So, what device should you get? So if you're in Canada, the most basic hardware or device that you can get is the Wisepad 3, and if you're in the States, it's the Tap and Chip. They both do the exact same thing, except the Wisepad actually has a keypad on it, so when someone needs to enter in their PIN, if they need to enter in their PIN, they can do so on this device, and they won't have to hold on to your phone or your tablet. An even cheaper option if you don't want to get the hardware at all is the Tap to Pay on iPhone or Android. Within the US, you have access to Tap to Pay on iPhone and Android. In Canada, for now, we only have access to Tap to Pay on iPhone. So that is with the free app. You don't have to get any other hardware. You just, of course, need to make sure you have a smartphone that works with the app. Is the POS hardware the only device you're going to need to accept payments? So if you're using the iPhone or Android apps, that's all you need. But if you are using one of these pieces of hardware, you will need a phone or tablet alongside of it in order to actually process the payments. So on your phone or your tablet, you're going to have the Shopify POS app. It is a separate app from your Shopify store app. So what are the fees? There is a plan with the Shopify hardware POS system, but there is a free one. So there's two plans. There's the Lite and the Pro. I've only ever used the Lite. I've never used the Pro. That's a lie. I used the Pro when they had a free trial, then I canceled it. So I've only ever really used the Lite plan. And as long as you're a solopreneur like me, maybe have one or two people working with you, but you only really need one device, the Lite plan is perfectly fine. There are differences between each plan, the Lite versus the Pro. But as a solopreneur and someone who's just doing markets and pop-up shops, like I don't have a brick and mortar, I just do e-commerce, the Lite plan is more than enough. What are the processing fees? So your processing fees are based off of the Shopify plan that you have. I'm on the basic plan. I do pay yearly, but I'm on the basic plan. So the processing fees are based off of what is already in your plan. So your payment fees in person based on the basic plan are 2.6% plus 0 cents. Do I need the most expensive device? No. Tap and Chip in the States is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, around 50 USD. The Canadian version, Wisepad, is $69 Canadian. Is the Shopify hardware necessary if you have a Square? No, it's not. If you have a Square or another processing or payment system that you're using, continue to use it. But I will say it does make your life easier to have it if you already have your inventory on Shopify. So you don't have to worry about having two sets of inventory, one for Square, one for Shopify. You don't have to worry about changing your inventory, checking to make sure what's what. If you have everything in one place and just one POS that goes with everything that you already have, it just makes your life a lot easier. So no, it's not a necessity, but it definitely saves you time in the long run for sure. So a little bit of more in-depth of how this looks. So it's a cute little shape, very small. I have a little sticker behind it, so I know it's mine. You can tap, and so when someone needs to actually tap, they will tap up here. The screen, when it turns on, looks like this. And when it's time to tap, it's going to show the icon for them to tap up here. If they don't tap and they need to insert, they can insert their card at the bottom. There is no option for swiping, so it's really just insert or tap, and that's it. It's very cute. And the Tap and Chip is even more basic than that. Of course, it doesn't have a screen, there's no keypad, and it has an option for you to insert the card here. And of course, if someone needs to tap, they will tap on the top right here. So just some miscellaneous information in relation to the actual devices. So the Tap to Chip at the time came in a box like this. So the card reader sat in here, and then you have a cord, charging cord, and a pamphlet. It does not come with a brick, so that's something you will need to factor in if you do need to charge it like that. And then for the Wisepad, it came in a more like eco-friendly packaging. This was based off of like about a year ago, so I'm not sure if they still come like this, but This is what it looks like when you open it. It had information. It comes with a charging cable as well. And then it has cards so you can scan and just check out the info. One big tip I would say is to make sure you charge it before you market and update it. Because there have been times where I had an event ready to take a transaction, but it needed to be updated. And that sometimes takes 15 to 20 minutes. And you don't want the person just standing there waiting for you. So make sure you charge it and update it before your market or your event. Charge time, I think, is a few hours. So I would definitely make sure you charge it overnight before your event. If I'm not mistaken, you can use it while it is being charged. So that should also be fine. So let me know if you have any other questions related to Shopify POS or Shopify as a whole. I am not a pro. I am a user myself, so I am learning as I go for a lot of things as well, but there is some experience I do have over the years. So let me know if you have any questions or comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye. You gotta warm up the vocal cords, you know?